Hi, this is Ryan with Ryeindustrial. This is my video of an inexpensive mill. Um, I made this mill because I'm designing and making some pliers and using this to make a prototype out of it. I got everything either on Craigslist or eBay. I did buy this vise here at Harbor Freight. It is a Harbor Freight drill press. It's the one with the keyless chuck. I got it on Craigslist for like 30 bucks from a guy. It took a half-hour drive, but it was well worth it. The only problem I had with getting this press that I found out later was the fact that it doesn't have the proper clearance between the chuck and the actual table itself um, for using it as a mill. With this vise here, I got 4 inches of height, so it limits my throw here. With using the carbide bits, it's not too bad because the bits are only about 2 inches long. But if I use like just a regular drill bit to drill wood or whatever, it doesn't allow really that good a clearance with the vise, so I have to usually put the material just straight on the table. I was able to loosen the key back here and move this tube up about 2 inches. I got an inch on this end and then an inch up here, so I'm about a 10-inch drill press, but I would recommend if you're using a drill press to look into it. I would prefer if I would have got a 12-inch or even a floor standing drill press where the table can actually move a foot or more. This works good for what I'm doing on these pliers that I'm making. This is Corian countertop here. I got these carbide bits on eBay, and then one of them I just found doing a Google search, this bit here. And this one is actually made especially just for aluminum. It's a double cut end milling bit. It works great. The only problem is on the Corian being a softer material, the teeth on this are pretty aggressive, so it'll allow the material to vibrate quite a bit, which makes it a little difficult to handle. So these steel carbide bits I'm finding are working best on the softer material, either Corian or just plastic. I did purchase a lot of drill bits on eBay from a guy. They're used, but all of them are in pretty decent shape. One is pretty toasted. This one here, a lot of the teeth are either chipped or gone, but the other ones are nice. I got 2 similar to this, and another double cut similar to this one as well, and then a rounded tip, which was really good in this area with the handle, where I'm trying to actually do more of a precise milling to where the handles meet when I finally get the final prototype done. So, you know, 12 bucks for all these. It would normally cost you about $10 to $15 each bit. So look on eBay first. Sometimes you can get a better deal. But what I'm doing with the Corian is I got it for free from a buddy of mine, and it's working great. It's quiet when it's cutting, it doesn't smoke a lot, and it can handle heat pretty well. So I'm able to get through it pretty easily. I did buy some industrial plastic. I had them cut it into pieces for me. This is working good. This is like cutting board material. This does work good. It's just a little slower process because the plastic will start to melt. I'm hoping with buying this aluminum bit, with the teeth being a little more aggressive, it'll throw the material out instead of collecting in here, getting hot and melting. But I bought this to make my final piece out of, and then at that point have a working prototype to then either I'm going to hire a machine shop or somebody who has a CNC machine and can make a working pliers out of you know, billets or even just steel or something. Let me give you an idea of how this works here. What I've been doing is just sort of a slow process, but just plunge through the material and overlap it a little bit, so then that way it eventually works itself around and you get a perfect template like this one here. Now the only downfall is with these bits is it leaves material still on it, and that's where I will take this once it's out of the material, use the carbide bit, the side of it, and being a double cut, it doesn't matter what side you're on or the rotation, so it works out great. And I'll sand this down like you can see on the handle here. I think it's pretty smooth. When I finalize it, I'll probably use some sandpaper or a file. And the good part about the main reason I needed this mill is not necessarily, I could have cut this out of a bandsaw and all that kind of stuff and made it a little bit easier. But if you've ever seen a pair of pliers, there's two pieces and you have to mill the connecting ends. So you can see here, I was able to mill that using different bits and stuff like that. So when I finally have both ends, they will mate onto each other and be good to go. This was my first time, my first milling back in November, and I messed up here and everything like that, but it was just a good practice. This is like my fourth or fifth piece I've made, so my cutting time is definitely going down, but to cut something out of this coring, this is about 8 inches long, the whole pair of pliers, it takes about a half hour to 45 minutes. So it's not too bad. Once I get those done, then that's when the precision of the actual drill press will be able to do the mating end here, the hinge. And with this, I don't know how well you can see it, with this drill press it does have a measurement here. You can lock it in, so if I know I need to go down, a quarter of an inch here, I can lock it in on that and be precise all the way around, so it mates well. But other than that, I've tried to look online on YouTube and haven't really found many milling videos. That's what sort of intrigued me to make this. But let me show you real quick how easy this does work. Let me get on an area here and just do a practice run. And that's it. You can see it does pretty well. It comes out nice and smooth, and it was working perfect for making just prototypes or whatever. But that's it. That's my home mill drill press. If you have any questions or comments, please post them on my page, and thanks for watching.